Hey everybody, welcome back to Chicago Reacts. My name is Michael. I'm an actor here in Chicago, and I'm joined by the ever-brilliant...
You're an actor here in Chicago?
I
Sure,
am.
Michael, sure.
Yeah, you can check out my links in the description down below, and I think they can check out your links too.
Yeah, mine too, because I'm Zach, and I also happen to be an actor here in Chicago. If this is your guys' first time to the channel, welcome.
Yeah.
And if you're back, welcome back. We've missed you.
Yeah, and hey, if you haven't yet and you like the videos, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment in the comment section down below. I know that people have asked us about our acting stuff, and we're finally leaving links for you all so that you can stay up to date with what we have going on
Outside of Chicago Reacts.
Yeah, because we're trying to do as much as we can.
Yeah. So today, guys, for the channel, we are reacting to True Facts Trap Jaw Ants. And this was specifically suggested by Senpai San Samakun. If I said that wrong, I cannot apologize enough. Would you like to give it a try?
That's how I would have Yeah, Senpai San Samakun. That's how I would have said it. That's exactly how you said it. But yeah, let us know. SSK.
Triple SK. We have
True Facts, Trap Jaw Ants.
Yeah, we have no context for this one.
Yeah, I've never heard of a Trap Jaw Ant. So
producer did say though, did some initial recon and thinks we should enjoy it. So
Dan always loves to give us some good videos to react to. With that said, let's react to it.
Mildred, don't do it. Don't do it. He's bigger than you.
Don't do Mildred. No.
Well, there she did it. Jerry, Mildred's gone off the field again.
Whoa!
You
Just
have to excuse
passed out.
Mildred. She gets triggered quite easily. Kind of a cat
It's like when you
outside
turn
sort of
gravity
thing.
off in Halo.
And to be fair, I have prior beef with Dr. Adrian Smith's finger, which we will not be talking about. But if you really want to understand Mildred's quick temper, you'll need the backstory, because she's had quite a tough time of it. Mildred is an ant in the genus Odont.
Hold on a second. Listen to the narrator and tell me if you're getting Morgan Freeman vibes.
Okay, I'll listen while I watch.
To Marcus and the species Bruneus. Here she is when she was just an egg. She's the one on the top. She was born into a family with around 300 sisters and a very long line for the bathroom.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I'm not totally getting Morgan Freeman. But
I'm getting a little bit of it.
it's very lovely. It's very soothing. I'm excited. Okay, gotta get back.
That's one of her older sisters right there, Madison. Madison is supposed to be babysitting, but you can probably tell she has some issues.
Yeah.
Madison takes after their father. There he is right there, the one on the left. Looks nothing like the daughters, so there were rumors, but in fairness, Odontobaca's males don't even look like ants. They look like wasps, so much so that even scientists get confused.
God, they
but
do.
Mildred's father was a live fast, die young sort of fellow, literally. And Mildred's mother, who was an actual queen, by the way, was into it. So they had a one-night stand, and then he never came back. Well, because he was dead. Jenny, do we have any footage of him when he's not drunk? This is embarrassing.
I know.
The point is, Mildred's mother had to go dig a hole somewhere and raise the children all by herself. I know what you're thinking. How could it be a one-night stand if Mildred's sister is so much older than her? Well, that's because Mildred's mother, who is a queen, has something called a spermatheca. A spermatheca is... All right, imagine you're on the Wheel of Fortune, and the answer is scumbag, but someone still has to guess an S. Jenny, I didn't say any... Oh, you were bleeping what they were thinking. Right. It is an organ that stores sperm and keeps it alive for later use, like the mirror image of a testicle. Anyway, back to Mildred. Here she is, just hatching from her egg as a larva, and now fully emerged. You probably noticed the spikes. Well, to give you an idea of how rough it is in this family, those spikes are probably to protect her from her larvae's sisters, because when they hatch, they're hungry. And this isn't like those other ants who pre-chew the food and gently put it into the baby's mouths. You know what they do here? They dump a whole friggin' termite right on the baby's belly and let them have at it. And look at that, they put the termite too far down, and now the poor thing has to do sit-ups.
Chin ups.
You might have noticed something else. Right here, those 4 little bumpy things. Scientists call these sticky doorknobs. Not kidding. Sounds like a good name for a band. Jerry, why did I said You think I said Tell me, what is a fuck band, Jerry? The bleep button is a privilege. Amateur. Anyway, these sticky doorknobs, which they probably called sticky knobs first until the UK scientists were like, nope. These sticky doorknobs are used to stick the larvae right up onto the wall. And then the babies have to spin their own blankie, cocoon, whatever, with crap that comes out their face parts. A nursery from hell. But inside that cocoon, Mildred could finally develop into an ant. Now, being the daughter of a queen, you'd expect Mildred to be a princess. But you know what they call her? A worker. That's some Cinderella shit right there. The beginning of Cinderella. Not the part with that woman who makes transportation out of vegetables.
Oh my God.
This is going after this.
So here's Mildred out hunting. Not great at it. The termites like, what the hell, get it over with. But she wasn't born into this job. Not like other ants where there's soldiers and workers and everyone's a different size and can't share clothing. There is a hierarchy, and workers do have different roles, but it's determined by duking it out. Now, it's not like a barroom brawl sort of duking it out. More like a high-speed tippy-tappy slap fight. They use their antennae to pop each other on the noggin 30 to 40 times a second. Here it is in slow motion. And this behavior is apparently satisfactory in determining who is more dominant. The winners get to stay in the nest, and the losers have to put their ass on the line and go out hunting. That means the weak ones, like the noobs and the boomers, do the dangerous work. It's all topsy-turvy. And that's why Mildred, being a noob, is out of the nest hunting. Unlike other ants who recruit each other with pheromones and hunt in groups, Mildred hunts alone. This is in part because she's a total freaking badass. You've probably noticed the snappy mandibles, and we'll get to that in a second. But that's not her only weapon. She is also equipped with a very pointy butt. Two stylets inside of her stinger move back and forth to deliver venom into the body of her prey.
Really?
Sure, it might seem like Mildred's overdoing it a bit with his termite. It seems quite defenseless, but you never know. Termite might be talking shit. Back to the routine. Ants use their mandibles to grab.
You talking shit, I'm
having
gonna go
pinchy
stab you with my
fingers for a
pokey butt.
mustache. But ants in the genus Odontomachus can also spread theirs wide apart and then snap them shut like a trap. This motion is incredibly fast. The mandibles accelerated up to 1.2 million meters per second squared, which is about 10 times faster than a fastball being hit by a bat. It is one of the fastest movements of any known animal. I told you.
Can we talk like how amazing evolution is?
Yeah.
It's extraordinary. I mean, that's like that's incomprehensible.
Yeah, like this thing has just these, like, if you just had giant body parts that just cut things in half for you.
Yeah. Just incredible.
wild.
And then even down to the larvae with the sticky doorknobs, like that came from something like that that developed over time. You know, it's just amazing.
I call it the sticky doorknob. Put them up on those ceilings.
Mildred was a badass.
The funk band.
And you know how she does
Yeah.
it? A good clenching. Here's what one of her mandibles looks like up close. Kind of like
3D
a recalled
printed
sex toy.
rodent
Yeah,
cat.
show them what you made. It's a bit easier to understand. Roughly speaking, there's three main components to Mildred's trap jaw. First, when the mandible is opened wide enough, a little sticking out part slots into a groove. Next, the mandible closing muscles tighten. Because the mandible is held in place, this builds up potential energy, both in the muscle, but also by deforming the skull of the ant. Finally, given the appropriate signal, another muscle releases the mandible from the catch, and then they pop right up like a midnight erection. One of the signals that determines when to pull the trigger comes from these little hairs. It's not an automatic reflex, but these little hairs seem to act as range finders, putting the prey at just the right distance. These jaws are remarkable weapons for hunting, but they can also be used in
See a
defense.
bubble after
the
it
mass of the mandible is small, about that of a grain of salt. But
Oh,
the
yeah.
acceleration is quite
bubbling
large,
up where it
and that
bit.
means when it meets resistance, it generates a force large enough to create a bit of recoil.
Whoa.
Here's a better view, with another one of Dr. Adrian Smith's fingers that doesn't have the best reputation. This ability
That's
to strike and
wild.
retreat comes in handy, because there's a lot of scary shit out there. For example, this ant right here, Formica archboldi. Freaking psycho. See those things around it? You know what they are? Skulls of trapjaw ants that it keeps in its nest. Who knows what it does with them? And this ant doesn't have a trap jaw or a stinger. You know what its weapon is? It fires acid out of its butt. And trust me, if you have butt acid coming at you, you'd better have an escape plan. Because if you get hit, you're done for. And this one here is even worse. I know it doesn't look that bad, but when it's a baby,
looks
it's
pretty weird to
downright
me.
terrifying. These so-called ant lions dig little pits into the sand and hide down in them. An ant comes along, falls
I've
in,
seen
starts
ant
trying
lions
to get
before.
out, and then
I
the
just
ant
never know if
lion
that's what it
starts
looked
throwing
like.
sand at it until it falls back in and gets impaled by these jaws that have digestive juices in them. Scary stuff. It's like
Kinda
being
like
in
a Venus
kindergarten having a
flytrap.
bite in
Yeah.
the ball pit. But if Mildred
had,
falls in, she opens up.
I remember I don't know, when I was a kid, like we had a animal teacher come in and like brought in these ants, and they were these I just forgot the name of them, the line ants, and we like dropped ants into the sandpit and watched them get down and get.
That's morbid,
chomped.
Michael. That is morbid.
Hey, I'm just telling you my life experience. That's all. But yeah, this is crazy, man. The ant world is so diverse. It's fascinating.
Yeah, I
Per
mean,
mandible.
no. I mean, this is like fascinating stuff. I mean,
Yeah,
again, and this is just one type of ant.
yeah, just one. Then there's
One.
so many
And
thousands.
angles them down and into the ground. Snapping them shut, she catapults herself out of the pit and away from the jaws of the antlion.
I
Time
cannot-
is everything. If
I
she waits
cannot
too
get the
long,
halo
she's
anti-gravity.
But ants
Yeah.
like Mildred, but ants like Mildred in the genus Odontomachus aren't the only ants with spring-loaded mouth parts.
Whoa.
In fact, it appears that
was
this
like purple and
capability has
shiny.
evolved independently in a number of different ant genera.
Really?
The size of the ant, the shape of the mandible, and even the mechanism for spring-loading varies from species to species. Tiny
Wow.
little leaf litter trap jaws in the genus Strumigenus use their mandibles to catch bugs that are incredibly fast, like the springtail. I mean, come on, it's called a springtail, you know it's fast. There's even an ant, Mystrium camillae, that doesn't even have to open its mandibles for a snap. Instead of spreading its mandibles apart, it generates force by pushing them together, like the knees of a child who has to urinate. When the mandibles snap, they slide past each other, like the snapping of a finger. This snap, captured at over 400,000 frames per second, was the fastest animal movement ever described. Until they found a friggin' termite that does basically the same thing but a little faster. The ants were like, why'd you have to keep looking? And that's the problem with the scientists. They can't be like the rest of us and just say, that's cool, and flip on the television. They're like those annoying children that keep asking why. Except people give them money, not much. Thank goodness, because it encourages them. Anyway, a bunch of them got together with their little white coats and wanted to understand how a mechanism like the trap jaw might have evolved and taken on such a variety of forms.
Whoa, it's
In
like
the genus Strumigenus,
hyperextended.
there
Yeah.
are species with trap jaws and species without them. In ants that don't have a trap jaw, the part in between the mandibles, the labrum, moves out of the way when the jaws close. Just a slight modification of allowing the labrum to stay put creates the basis for a latch and spring system. And from there it was off to the races. The varied forms of the Strumigenus trapjaw seem to be the result of gradual evolutionary changes that occurred after that initial function was in place.
They look
It's a
like
cool
two
little movie,
cats
isn't it?
Or
Yeah.
something
I
like
hope they're doing it again, but with the heads on them. It's like a cartoon to terrify the children. Play this in sex ed class without telling anyone what it is.
They
And
all look
then
like
say,
alien species.
Always use a condom and drop your microphone, which apparently you use in sex ed class. No, Jerry, I don't know what the backstory is. Well, what Dr. Adrian Smith does with his fingers is none of our business.
All right,
Wow.
I don't know why he was giving me some I was feeling a little bit of like Morgan Freeman like energy in his explanations.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah, you better.
Yeah.
Trap
You know
jaw
what's
you
so
with my
interesting?
mandible.
No. I've never seen ant images that close up, and it's really cool to see the differences in all these different ants and to see like they've got way more color that close up, and they've got all these like fibers and sensors
Yeah.
and like hair sticking out.
I was actually gonna say that same thing.
Yeah.
I think what made this footage in the video so was you don't ever get to see ants that up close while they're doing an action, especially with the trap jaw like that, where their bodies go like literally it looks like anti-gravity, like they're defying gravity. But yeah, all the different textures on their bodies, like it was very vivid in that sense. It kind of looked like Like they almost look like crabs, like crab legs
Yeah.
a little bit. Like it was cool to see. I've never seen ants like that.
Yeah. Well, and even just seeing like the scale of it, where you know, like this ant is falling, it crumples under its own weight, and you know, obviously we see these ants as these, you know, tiny, tiny little things. Yeah, just fascinating to see like the world of ants on their level, you know, from their scale.
Fun fact, one of my go-to monologues for acting and acting auditions is from the movie Ants. The
Is it
one
really?
the one that Woody Allen stars in. The opening scene when he's like venting to his ant psychiatrist.
Oh,
I love that scene. One of the greatest little spiels
that's
ever.
fun. I got to check out that monologue. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
Oh, it's great. It's good fun. That was super cool. Thank you for the suggestion, Triple SK.
Triple SK.
That was super cool for all the reasons that we discussed. And I definitely think that was cool that the video, which the original link will be provided in the description. But hopefully by us doing this, it might have introduced some of you guys to that channel as well, because very cool, very informative, and
Yeah.
some cool perspective and insight.
Yeah, if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And stay tuned. We may have some other True Facts videos coming out in the future.
Perhaps.
And hey, leave a comment in the comment section below if you have any other suggestions that you think we should check out.
And without further ado, guys, we love you guys, and we'll see you guys next time on Chicago Reacts. Because of the mandible.